Hello, today we're going to show you how to do some speaker grill fabric replacement. We have a lot of customers ask us about this here at the shop at Simply Speakers, and we want to show you a few different types that we normally run into at the store that you may run into at home as well, that you can do yourself. We sell the grill fabrics. We have several different colors of the grill fabric available, brown and a black, kind of an ivory color, a pure white, and from time to time we vary that out as well. There may be some others out there for you that we'll have available. And we want to show you today, we have an Advent grill. This is an original Advent grill, and the fabric is in pretty good shape, but the customer in this case wants to change it to a black fabric to give it a little more modern appearance. So we're going to show you that. This grill is made on a Masonite frame that is stapled in place, so we're going to show you the removal and re-grilling of that particular one. We have a Tannoy, small Tannoy speaker grill here that we're going to do for you. This is made on an MDF or medium density fiberboard frame. This has been glued in place, and we'll show you how to do that and to remove and reuse the logo there as well. And then here we have a Boston Acoustics frame that this grill came into us, and the customer wants to just kind of dress them up and get a kind of a newer look to them, so we're going to redo this as well. This frame is plastic, and this is molded from the factory. We're going to show you how to remove the fabric there and redo that one. So we have 3 grills we're going to do for you today. We'll do them all in the black for you using our special adhesive that we sell here and that we use at the shop for this purpose. And if you need to purchase any of the fabrics from us, they're available at simplyspeakers.com. Alright, so we're going to show you the 3 different types of grills that we typically run into here today. We'll concentrate primarily on the Advent grill, as this is the largest one and probably the trickiest one to do because of all the staples that have to be removed on the back of the frame here. They peel right out and it's easy to do, but it takes a little bit more time. And we'll show you the installation of the grill fabric, which we've kind of pre-cut, and it shows you, we'll show you kind of how to go through that. The material is stretchable in both directions. It's acoustically transparent as well, which is what you want. And if you're using it on a custom entertainment center or some other sort of cabinet configuration where you have equipment behind it, it also does allow the passage of infrared remote control, which is nice. So we supply a lot of this to custom cabinet manufacturers and custom home builders that use it just for that purpose. Door panels and things like that that are hiding equipment in the back that still needs to have remote access. So we'll show you that. It can be used in either direction, and it can be used this way as well. Either way is fine. There's no direction to the fabric or pattern to the fabric, so it works out very well. It has a very nice finish when it's done, and it's fairly easy to use. So we'll show you that. But what we'll start here with is on the Advent grill. Is the first thing we need to do is remove the logo here, and the way Advent does them is they just simply glue them in place. So we'll just kind of come under the corner of it here like this and just kind of lightly work this up carefully. We don't want to bend it. It's made out of metal, so we want to kind of keep it nice and straight. So we'll just kind of work under it a couple of times with a flat-bladed screwdriver. You can use a putty knife for this as well. And just slowly and carefully peel that out of the way. And you can see that the adhesive's right on the back of it there. We'll just remove this and we'll set that aside for use later. Okay? Same thing happens on the Tannoy here. Excuse me. The Tannoy has a press-in fit grill that has little pins on the back that run through the frame. Okay, we'll take an awl or an ice pick, however you like to call that there, and just kind of press on that like this, and it pops right out. You can see that there. Okay, and again, we'll set that aside for use later. So that's how the Tannoy grill works. The Boston Acoustics grill is similar in that it has 2 little pins as well in molded plastic that go right through the back. And we'll just kind of press on those just like this, and that starts to pop right out, and that's what you have there. Okay, so we'll set that aside, and we'll show you how to remove the grill fabrics there later on the small grills. But what we want to start with and concentrate on here is the Advent, and we're going to kind of roll all 3 of these grills into one for you on this job, or for this video for you, to kind of show you a little overview of how all of them work. In this case with the Advent, you see that they've done here is they've just stapled all the way around with this, okay, It's just a very thin staple that runs in. We have the Velcro tabs stapled in place as well, which we'll leave in place. We don't need to remove those. So we'll basically come in here and start wherever you like and just work your screwdriver in like this and just start working the staple head up. Try to kind of keep it in focus there for you on the camera. If you have a smaller screwdriver, that's fine. Something like this, a little guy like this is fine to get underneath there as well. Whatever you have handy is fine for that. No hard set fast rules for it. And then you'll see that the staples just pop right out. So if you have a pair of needle nose pliers, you can just peel those out of there, just like this. Pop this one up here. Just watch your fingers. Take your time. Just kind of set the staple heads aside. Those are all going right in the garbage when you're done. We don't reuse those. Okay. And when you get to the corner, there's several of them here. Okay. So we'll just work these up. Yours may have this many and they may not. Okay. And you'll see that just peels right up. Okay. That's all it is. Very straightforward. Just like this. Okay. So that'll be the way we go on the Advent grill. On the Tannoy grill, and we'll remove all this and then we'll come back and show you how that's done once all the material's removed there. On the Tannoy grill, it's just glued in place, so that's real easy. They just peel away, just like this. The material comes right off. So this is your easiest type to deal with here, just like that. Okay. So that's what's left of our Tannoy frame. Set that aside. Throw away the old material. The Boston Acoustics frame is a little bit different, and I'll kind of slide these other ones out of the camera here for you and show you this. The way Boston's done it, and a lot of companies do the same thing, is we have a molded plastic grill frame where they've heat pressed the fabric and basically melted it right into the frame itself, okay, to give you that finished look. So what we like to do on these, so we'll get this last peg out of here for the grill. Okay, throw that out. What I like to do on these is take a sharp utility knife. It's like this one with a retractable blade is best, like we use for our other speaker repairs around the shop here. I like to come in here right into that groove area and just cut along that line right there. Okay, slide that out of the way a little more so the camera can see that for you. Just follow the line all the way around, okay? And you're just cutting the fabric there. Just like that. Alright, turn it so the camera can see there. Along this side. Cut right along there. And you see what happens there. Once you score that and cut into that, material peels away very easily. You just kind of have to work it. Just like this. Okay? Set that blade there out of the way. Okay? So now that we've started this, just by kind of scoring along that edge, you see that we can just peel that away now. And all that old fabric comes right off. So there we go. We're ready to go for the Boston plastic frame on the Boston Acoustics grill. And we'll come back. We'll take all these staples out of the Advent frame and then we'll show you the setup of the new material on that as well. And again, we'll just kind of work all three into one option here for you on the video so you can kind of check them all out. Alright, so we're back, and we had shown you earlier how to remove the fabric from the grills. We finished and completed all the staple removal on the Advent grill frame, as you can see here. We have the Tannoy grill frame and the Boston Acoustics grill frame also ready to go. And we'll slide these kind of out of camera view here so we can concentrate on the Advent grill. And we want to show you the actual fabric and how we want to cut that to make the installation of your fabric easy. So we've pre-trimmed this for you, and we want to show you kind of how we come up with that dimension. It's nothing that you have to measure, you just kind of do it by eye. But what you want to do is you want to do about 3 to 4 inches larger all the way around. Okay, just like this. That allows you enough material to grab for your fold over and your attachment here. It allows enough material to grab to do your corners, and we'll show you all that here in just a little bit. Okay, but this is about what you want. So the fabric, when you buy it from us, will come by the yard, and we've got that folded up in a bag for you, just like this. It's 36 by 60 inches, and at this point you can lay that out on your table and just cut right through the fabric like that with a sharp pair of scissors, just like that. Or if you have a table like this, you can use a utility knife or something if you're not worried about the surface of the table. And that's what we've done here, and we've got that kind of pre-set up for you so you can see that easily. But again, you want to go about 3 to 4 inches bigger all the way around on the grill like this, and that'll make your life a whole lot easier when it comes time to do the gluing and kind of the stretching, so the fabric's nice and tight. And we'll show you here, I'll just kind of do an overlay on this one as well with these smaller frames that we're doing for you. We have the Tannoy frame, which we're doing just like this. You can see same kind of thing, and the Boston Acoustics frame. Alright, same thing. Alright, about 3 inches all the way around on both of those. So we're going to slide these aside, and we'll use the adhesive to glue the advent frame for you first. And it's best when you apply your adhesive. We like to use an adhesive on here all the way around the frame. We like to use a glue. That's our preference. You certainly at home could just simply go back and staple all the way around if that's easier for you. We have an air stapler here that we use at the shop, or you can use just a hand stapler is fine. Make sure that your staple is not thicker or where it's going to go through the material. Okay, like this. You want to make sure your staple is thinner than the material, in our case a 1/4 inch on these. So what we'll do is we'll kind of set this fabric aside for you, keep the dust off of it. We'll just kind of lay it over here out of the way, and we're going to apply adhesive here and all the way down on all sides like this, and then we'll let that tack up for a little bit. Keep a rag handy with your glue. If you bought the adhesive from us, it comes in a tube just like this, and it works very well. Just use your finger as a guide and run a bead of the adhesive all the way down the frame, just like that. Okay? And I'm going to move a little more of that fabric out of the way here for you so I can spin the frame and show you that right in the camera. Okay? We're going to do just like that. And I'm just using my finger as a guide. Run that down so that you're not getting glue all over the table. Alright. And that is what you want. Okay? So that's the look with the adhesive. Alright. Now right away, while it's still kind of wet like that, you can use a small brush. We like to do things kind of by hand here. We just like to run our finger right along the front of that. Just kind of smooth that out a little bit. Come in just like this. I'm hoping the camera sees that there for you. Just kind of run that along. Okay. Just lightly spread that out. Okay. Alright. And the adhesive will start to tack up for you in the next few minutes. And we'll wipe our finger off there. Kind of set that aside. Make sure there's no extra glue running down the side that'll get onto the grill fabric. Okay, so we'll let that set up like that. I'll push that kind of forward there for you. Piece of fabric that goes with that, I'm going to set up next to it, just like that. Now, we'll do the Boston frame as well for you. Just kind of show you how that goes. Same thing on a plastic frame. Run right in, okay, just like that. Again, use your finger as kind of a guide around the edge, just like this. Okay. Run these corners. We'll come back and do the corners later, but if you put the adhesive on there now, it gives it time to dry and tack up, and you'll see what we're talking about here in a moment when we get to that point. Okay, so cap the glue off there. And again, same idea. Just smooth that out lightly. You want a nice thin layer all the way around the edge. Okay? Just like this. Okay? you want, right there, okay? So we'll let that tack up. We'll come over here. We'll do our tonneau grill as well. We'll just roll through all three of these all together, okay? You can see we're leaving this set up. We're giving it some time to set up, okay? Alright. There we go. There's this tonneau grill. Ready to go. Smooth that out. A little bit goes over the edge. Just catch that with your fingers, so pay attention to that. Okay. Run this through here like this. Okay. And that's what you're after. Alright. So, we're going to set these back where they go. Just carefully on top, kind of out of camera view there like that. Come back with our larger advent grill here. Alright. Obviously make sure that you didn't have any glue here going on, okay? You want your surface to be clean and ready to go. Alright, so we'll sideways this here before we mount that sideways so you can see it. Pick our grill up, center it on the fabric, just like this, okay? And you can see where our glue has started to kind of tack up there along the corners. Do the long sides first, okay? Start with the one towards you here. Fold the fabric over, just like that. Press down, spread out. Press down, spread out. Okay? Now that's tacked. You can't really see it or tell from the camera, but it is. Okay, so we're going to flip it around, just like this. Okay? Long sides first, always, when you're doing speaker grills. Okay? Just like this. And just give it a little pull and a little lay down with the palm of your hand. Okay? And you'll see that fabric, the glue starts to kind of soak through a little bit there. So timing is kind of important there. You don't want to hit it when it's too wet, and you don't want to let it sit too long where it loses the tackiness. So you'll need to experiment with that a little bit and play with that at home to get a feel for how you want to do that. Okay. So let that set up. Okay. And now we'll do the short side. We'll just kind of peel this back a little bit. Again, pull and press down with the palm of your hand. Pull, press down, pull, press down. Okay. It's not real pretty yet, but it'll get there. Okay. Just setting it up at this point. Pull, press down, pull, and down, pull, and down. Alright? That's the general layout of the first one. We're not done yet. We will come back to that. Okay? Same thing's going to happen here on these little guys. Slide it in. Okay. There we go. Give you a little more room there on the camera. Long sides first. Okay? Long sides first. First side, spin it. Okay, I'm just holding it with one hand and kind of pulling the fabric underneath with the other. Okay, pull, press down, pull, press down, pull, press down. Okay, short sides, pull, press down. Okay, and these are small, so really just right in the center is all you need. Pull, press down. Okay, that gets us started. Okay, the Advent is started. Whoop. The Boston Acoustic is started. Now we're going to come over and we're going to do the tonneau. Okay, slide that over for you. All right, long sides first. Whoop. Spin it. Okay, pull. Press down, pull and down, pull and down. Okay, short sides at the ends, in the center, pull, press down, pull, press down. Okay, so we're not done yet, but we're getting there. Alright, so we've let the 3 grills that we're working on kind of set up here for a little bit, about 15 minutes or so. The glue is still a little bit tacky, which is nice, so you can still work with these corners. This is the look that you're kind of after on the front here. Everything's nice and tight and finished. Looks good. And what we'll do here is we're going to show you on the Advent grills the way we like to do these corners. I'm going to kind of do them in reverse from what I normally do so that the camera can kind of see the detail there. But you'll have your corner here, and what you need to deal with is this extra material. So what we do is we'll kind of pull up on it like this, kind of peel it back just a little bit. Get that with your fingers, both fingertips there, just like this, okay, right here. Alright, you see how it lays down nice and flat there. And what we like to use here is we'll just use a 1/4" stapler, a little staple right in the corner, just like that, okay? And that's how we do the wooden frames. Anything with a wooden frame or a Masonite type frame like these Advent grills is we like to put one little staple head right in the corner, kind of hold everything. And again, same kind of thing. I'll show you there. I'm working kind of backwards here so the camera can see what's going on there, okay? Come in on this side, same thing. Kind of peel that back a little bit. Kind of pull, fold, and tuck. Alright, pull, fold, and tuck. Run the staple at an angle there along the corner. Pulling the corners also helps to tighten the fabric a little bit more as well, which gives you a nice finish there when you're done. So we'll pull, fold, and tuck. Alright, again. Doing it kind of backwards there, so it's a little bit trickier for us than normal since we're trying to show the camera angle there. Okay, this is your finished product here on the front. Just like this. Okay, we'll come back and we'll trim this excess here just a little bit. I'll show you the small grills. I'm going to move the Advent grill out of the camera there. Same thing on the tonneau frame that we did for you earlier. Alright, which is a MDF, medium density fiberboard frame. Pull, fold, and tuck. Okay, just like this. Put one little staple in the corner, just like that. We'll do each corner for you. Pull, fold, and tuck. Alright. One more to finish for the tonneau. And then we'll show you the plastic frame Boston Acoustics. Pull, fold, and tuck. Okay? That takes care of that. Nice finish. It's what you want, right like that. Okay, so we'll set that one aside. Now on the Boston Acoustics with the plastic frame, we can't staple it. Alright? The staple would damage the plastic, it could crack the plastic. So what we do on these is we left the corners kind of open before, the glue is still tacky, and on these we'll just kind of pull, fold in, and press down. Okay? And if you let the glue set up enough, it'll do the work for you. Pull in, press down, just like that. Okay, you see it's nice and flat around the edge here, just like this. Okay? Do all 4 corners the same way. Pull, fold, and press down. Not using a staple here because of the plastic frame. Alright? Pull up, tuck the material, fold it down, and then press. Just like this. Okay? And you can see that the adhesive is very aggressive. It will hold the material there for you. Okay? The outline of the material is done. Our logo is going back in here. We'll let these 3 dry up for just a little bit more. We like to give it about a half hour or so. Then we'll come back and actually trim them. And then we'll install the grill badges on all 3 units. And they will be good to go. Alright, so we did the corners for you earlier. We let them dry up here for about another hour or so. So at that point we're comfortable with the timing on the adhesive. We can go ahead and trim. Take a sharp utility knife, very sharp blade. You need to make sure that your blade is perfectly sharp. If you have a dull blade, it's going to snag and pull the material and cause a lot of problems for you. So make sure that you have a fresh blade installed in your knife, or if it's a retractable blade, that you have a fresh tip on that ready to go. We'll start with the Advent grill. I'll kind of slide the Tannoy and Boston acoustic grills out of the way. We'll come in here on the Advent grill like this. And earlier we showed you how we did the staples, okay, in this corner here. So we're going to come in, we're just basically going to slice the material right here like this. Alright, keeping in mind that we have our Velcro connection points here along the frame, so we'll stay out of the way of that. And we'll just come around and trim basically all the way around. If you have a small pair of scissors like this, that works pretty well. So between these two items, you can do that. But the actual trimming along the grill frame should be done with a blade. Use your finger to kind of just follow the frame so that you get a nice straight cut. Some of our customers tell us they like to put a straight edge down and do that, and that works fine for you as well. Here at the store when we do them, we just basically run our finger down and use that as a guide. So we'll come in here right in this corner like this, and we'll come in slow and steady, just like this. And in this case, we came in about 1/2 of an inch or so from the edge. And I'll try to keep this all kind of in camera for you if I can. I'll slide this around just so you can kind of see what's going on here. Alright, so we come up just like that. We'll leave the areas where the staples are kind of alone for now. And we'll just come in and we'll just do the sides. We'll come back and trim the corners here in just a minute. Alright. So again, come in, it's about 1/2 of an inch. You can see I'm using this finger as a guide and just running straight along the edge, just like this, all the way down. Again, stay off the corner, come in about 1 inch, and run this right down just like this, okay? Now that the long sides, the 4 sides are done, the short and the long sides, we come in and we'll just connect these two corners. Just kind of roll the blade around like this, okay? Just like that, and you'll see the fabric comes right off, okay? If you have a little bit extra right here, that's where your small scissors kind of come into play. Kind of trim that out and get a nice flat corner there, just like that, okay? I'll show you another one here just to kind of let you get the hang of it. Just kind of roll the blade and come in, just like this. Kind of pull back. Get that, okay? In this case we're okay, we don't need to worry about that corner, that looks good. Same thing here, kind of pull the material a little bit, kind of helps get it out of your way while you cut so you can see what you're doing. There's a little bit extra there like that, just come back and hit that with the blade. Okay? Just like this. Oh, we lost one of our grills on the table there, we'll pick that up in just a second. Alright, so come in here, we'll do the last corner, just like this. Okay? And that's it. That's the finished product from the back side, just like this. Okay, that's the finished product from the front side. You dust it off a little bit. It'll have a little bit of dust and dirt on it, but that's the look you're after right there. Okay, and that's what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and set this one out of the way here, and we'll come in and we'll do the Boston Acoustics grill for you here next. All right. Since the blade may be a little dull, I'm going to get a fresh tip on my blade here. We'll just snap that tip off of there like that. All right, we're ready to go. And on the plastic frame, remember we didn't use the staples on the corner, but it's the same principle. We'll come in. Once you get one spot started, let the blade do the work. Just like this, okay? Just coming along. I'm just going to follow the inside of the frame all the way around. Okay? Just like this. All the way. And I'm just kind of bending down so the camera can see here what we're doing. Okay. Come in, we'll do this corner as well. And we'll just run it all the way around. Okay. This one little spot here where our badges go for the pins. So we'll kind of trim around those. Again, if you need to come in with the scissors like this, take some of that out. You can. Just very carefully. Run this around, okay? And we'll finish this off. And that's the plastic frame for the Boston Acoustics. Okay, that's what that looks like. Alright, we'll set that aside over here and we'll finish up with the Tannoy frame. which did have the staples, so same idea as with the Advent. Come in here about 1/2 of an inch in. Okay, take your time, pay attention to where your grill is so that you're not running the blade down along and cutting the fabric accidentally along the front there. So we'll come in, we'll do our 4 sides, just like this. And here we have this little notch out for the pins for the grill logo as well. We'll just kind of trim through that area until we get back to the solid side on the other side of the frame here. Okay. Use your finger as a guide along the grill, just like that. Okay. Alright, now, same idea here. We can come in with the scissors if you prefer. We like to just take the blade and just kind of turn it and run it right through the corners, just like this, right in front of the staple on each corner. If you chose not to use staples, then that part is a little bit easier for you. Come right in, follow the trim out, just like that. And there's your tonneau grill, ready to go. Okay. Next thing you'll notice is the grill badge on the tonneau uses the holes with the pins, so we can see where those go. Light kind of shines through those there, so we'll take an awl and just kind of poke a hole at the 2 locations, just like that, where the badge goes. Alright, the badge just snaps in place, and it's a little snug. There we go. Okay, your tonneau grill is finished, badge is back in place, just like that, and that's ready to go. Looks brand new for you. Alright, Boston Acoustics grill was very similar. It fits into this recess here. It had 2 small holes here, so that'll just press right into place. Come in here, y'all, small hole where each head goes for the badge. And just carefully press that back down in place. And there's your Boston grill, ready to go. Okay, so that's how that looks. Okay, very nice. Looks good. On the Advent grill, we have the woofer hole and the tweeter hole, so pay attention to how you're doing those. And the badge on that went right down in this corner here. So what we like to do is we'll just apply a little bit of the adhesive. Just 1 little bead right in the middle of the badge, just like that. That's all you need to do. Flip the badge back over. Center it up right there like that. Just like the original one. And that'll need to sit for an hour or so probably, maybe a little longer. If you have a little weight or something like this, you can do that and let that set up. And that's all you need to do to restretch the grill fabric on your speaker grills. And if you have any questions with that, get in contact with us or hit our website, simplyspeakers.com.